Hi students, welcome back to the next video in model 3. This video is the continuing topic of previous video. In the previous video, the topic which we discussed are exception handlings in Java, the introduction of exception handling, and what are the keywords used for handling the exceptions in Java, and how we can write multiple catch expressions in Java. So those are all the topics we discussed in the previous video. As it is a continuing topic, in this video we are going to start how one nested try statement can be written, and what is the use of throw, and finally what is the part of finally code in handling the exceptions in Java, and what are the checked exceptions and unchecked exception and built-in exceptions which are already defined in Java. So these are all the very important topics we are going to discuss in this video. Let us go to the topic. Nested try statement is if you write one try piece of code inside the another try statement, that concept is called as nested try statement. Okay, how we can write? Whenever you write the one try statement, when each time when the statement is entering, the context of exception is pushed on the stack. So what will happen when one inner try statement is written and it does not have a catch handler for a particular exception, means the stack is unwound, and in the next try catch statements are having any catch handler, means that are inspected for the match. Once again, I'll repeat. When you are writing in a nested try statement, if the inner try statement is not having the exceptions to catch it, the stack will not be worry about its exceptions for the inner try statement. It will directly go to the outer try statement's catch handler to inspect it. And if no catch statement is matches, then the Java runtime systems will handle the exceptions. This is an example of nested try statement. Here the class name is nested try. Then it starts with public static void main. Immediately one try piece of code is written. What it's written here means int a equal to argument dot length. Here we didn't pass any arguments list, so obviously the a value will be 0. Then immediately what is the second statement is written as int b equal to 42 divided by a. By looking into this statement, we can come to know that it will produce one exception like divide by 0. Then the value of system.out.println value of a is printed, so that obviously will cause the error. Inside this try statement, again if I want to try one piece of block of code to continue with the value of a, means again for that cases, again one more try statement is written. So what is the piece of code written inside the inner try statement is, if a is double equal to 1 and a equal to a bar a minus 1. So by seeing it causes the error. So what kind of error it can be caused means, here if a equal to double equal to 2, then int c equal to within the square curly braces only one value is element is given, c of 42 is equal to 99. So here also in this also one kind of error will occur. Why means it uses the array and the indexed point given for the array c is out of bound, right? Only one, as of now only one element is used in the array c, but in the next immediate statement it itself c of 42 equal to 99. So obviously the index value will be out of its limit. So by seeing itself, the catch can be expected in this particular piece of code is array indexed out of bound exception. So likewise, inner try statement is having catch expression of array index out of bound. Then outer try statement is having the expected exception of arithmetic exception. So this is what written in the nested try statement. Let us go to its output, how it executes means, when you are executing the Java class using the command Java nested try, first it shows the arithmetic expression of divide by 0. Then next time when I am trying for the next time, it will throw an arithmetic expression. When you are trying it for 2 or 3, it will show an array index out of bound exception. So this is what called a nested try exceptions. Move on to the next topic, throw. Mainly it is used to explicitly throw an exception. What is the syntax for throwing an exception means? It uses the keyword throw by using the new operator throwable instance. For example, throw new arithmetic exception of one message is the one example syntax of throw. We will see how one throw program is written. It starts with the class throw demo. Inside static method, static void demo process is my one of the method. Inside it, I am writing one try. In that, I'll just throw an exception called as null pointer exception of demo with a particular message of demo. Then catch, inside the catch, caught inside the demo process, and some kind of message I'm giving for a user to understand, and throw E. Here E is null pointer exceptions object. So null pointer exception which is having one message of demo. So that will be tried in the inside the void main as demo process is called. When the demo process is called, it goes to the definition of the demo process. Inside one try statement is written. So what it will throw means it will throw an error message as null caught inside the demo process. Then this is the that is throw new null pointer exception of demo. Then throws. What is the another point in throws means if the exceptions are more than one, it has a list. Means at that time we can use throws exception. Throws and null pointer exception, comma, IO exception, comma, SQL exception, comma. Like that, I can use this throw keyword as a plural way as throws. So this is for the general form of throws. Type, method name, parameter list is given. For that method, if any exception list is there, it is following up with the word of throws. Then body of the method is written. And this is one example of how throws exceptions are used. Here it uses the class name throws demo, static void throw one, throws illegal access exception, and you displays the messages inside throw one, throw a new illegal access exception of demo. See your this one. And in public static void main string args, it calls the constructor of throws demo, throws one. Throws one method is called at that time. Using the system.out.println, inside throw one is the message will be displayed, and then it is catched by the illegal access exception. System.out.println caught along with its error message, it will be printed. Then move on to finally. Finally, we know the meaning of finally. Finally code, the code within the finally will always execute whether the exception is caught or not caught, whether exception has occurred or not occurred. The main motivation of using the finally is to allow to run any cleanup type message statements. At the end, at the final, at the climax, what is the block of code to clean or to freeze the values means that kind of code will be written inside the finally method. Finally creates the block of code that will be executed after the try block has completed, before the code be following the try catch block. Finally block will execute whether or not an exception is thrown. An exception is thrown, finally block will execute even if no catch statement matches the exception. Then move on to Java's built-in exception. Java has several exception classes. So those are called as built-in exception and unbuilt and checked exception and unchecked exception. Unchecked exceptions will be because of the compiler does not check when it is compiling. Checked exceptions are caught during the compilation time. So these are all called as unchecked exceptions. Arithmetic exception, array index out of bound exception, array store, likewise it is listed. And then checked exceptions also there. Class not found exception, clone not supported exception, illegal access exception, instantiation exception. So these exceptions are having